Now, it's almost the same, but a little bit different in order to make the string toys. So, again, I've got most of it set up already. And because I'm not sure how well I'm explaining this bit, I will show it again. So, counterclockwise from, see, this is the one that has the loose string in it. So directly counterclockwise from there. Pull it somewhat tight, not insanely tight, that might actually be too tight. Pull that. Yeah, there's a lot of tension there. I tightened that a little bit too much. Not impossibly though. And the last one is right there. Way too tight. Okay, there we go. So, base is done. Just like that. Put a finger in there to make it a little more visible. Okay, and flip it over. And in we go again. Aim for as close to the center as you can get. Wiggle that hook through. Loop that around. And there we go. Right through and up the middle. And here we go with a little bit of fluff. That's a little bit too little fluff. There we go. Right from there. And there's the catnip.
Yeah, the cats seem to smell it through the baggie and through the envelope, so they know when your packages come.
Yeah, cats have decided to self-open envelopes that I have mailed. Okay, so that's all tucked in there. So, there's the one with the working strand. There's the bit coming up the middle. Tuck them together out of the way. Go to the next one. A little bit of tension there. Up and over. Grab the bottom one. Flip it over the top. And tighten it a little bit. Round. Over. And at this point it's loose enough you can almost use your fingers. Over, tighten it a bit. And over. Now, this one has less extra on it because I'm planning to turn it into a string toy instead, which I do a little bit differently, aside from the extreme length difference. I typically do the string toys either 36 inches long or 60 inches long, but I've done 48, and once in a while I've done 72. It's all just, well, what works for you. So there's the half hitch that we did before. Same thing again. And
now there was a ratio of yarn you need.
It's all in the instructions for what materials you need.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, so I've pulled it off of there. Now in this one we're not going to pull it tight like we did with the mouse. You can kind of squish this around and get it into a shape you like if you want. We're going to leave it, well, sort of elongated. Okay. The half hitch will, however, help keep everything nice and secure. These toys seem to last pretty much forever unless you get a cat who really diligently works at severing individual strands and ripping it apart. So, all 4 strands, pull them through, and then you just start doing it just like a crochet foundation row. And there's lots of tutorials on that online too, but it's pretty straightforward. The first couple might look a little bit odd just while you're getting the tension worked out. It's okay, don't worry about it. 3. Okay. I generally do about 8 stitches like this or so, give or take a little, just to make sure that it is anchored really solidly so that the end that's running up through the inside will not come loose no matter what. Just like before, you might need to tighten up a couple of individual strands depending on how they're sitting. So 5, 6, and I'm actually pulling these pretty tight. 7, 8, and just in time for my ends to run out, just pull it all the way through. Whole mess. Pull them tight, and then toss these 2 off to the side. Just don't need them anymore. And then you keep going just with 2 strands. Now, which one you have in front is going to make a big difference in how it finally looks in the string. So you can swap them back and forth periodically if you want. I've been experimenting lately with alternating every stitch, which results in the yarn winding itself up really fast, but it's kind of a neat effect too. So you just kind of keep doing that and go on and on and on until you have as much length as you want. I'm so prepared. So this is one that I finished just a few minutes ago, and it is at about the 60-inch mark right now. As you can see, that's actually fairly long. Gives you a lot of room to play with. So, obviously with this one I've been swapping back and forth which is in front, either the solid orange or the multicolored one. Down here the multicolored one's in front. Down here the solid orange one is in front. So what you do towards the end, I try to make the color contrast at the very end really sharp, so usually I flip whichever one I've been doing in front, and then I do maybe an inch of stitches that are really tight. The rest of it is sort of comfortably not too awfully tight, loose enough to work with easily. But this very end bit, and I don't know if you can tell, I'm actually tightening both strands individually to make sure that it really is secure, because you don't want this unraveling, because then the cats can start chewing on the strands of yarn, and that would be kind of not a good thing. So let me make a couple more here. So you've got sharply contrasting, much tighter stitched tail end on it. Let's add one more just for good measure. Okay. And then leave, again, about the width of your finger, give or take, because cats can be kind of abusive to their toys, you know. Snip it off. Make sure it's pulled tight. Go all the way back down to the other end. Snip this off pretty close. I don't try to get it like right inside. If there's a little bit sticking out, well, it just reduces the chances it's going to fray. And that is all there is to it. There's a finished 60-inch Prysma-toy that is going to make a cat very happy. So, you can adapt this to your own needs and your own skills. If you do happen to find this useful, I would really appreciate it if you would donate toys, time, money, supplies, whatever, to a local no-kill shelter or feral colony or something of that sort. Your cats are lucky enough to have someone who wants to make toys for them. Not all cats are that lucky. They can use a little extra help. And yeah, I hope this works out great for you, and I'm always happy to hear about, well, what the results are and how your cat or what your cats think of it.